You're watching KCRG TV9 Cedar Rapids. And now, from your 24-hour news source, Bruce Owning, Edie Fawcett, Ramey Becker on the night beat, John Campbell on sports, and meteorologist Denny Frary with tonight's weather. This is TV9 Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Vandals leave behind a big cleanup job for the Central City School District. Good evening, I'm Bruce Owning.
And I'm Ramey Becker. Edie Fawcett has the night off. Topping our news tonight, trouble in Central City.
The trouble is at the Central City School, where vandals caused a lot of damage last night. It's bad enough to force cancellation of school for some students tomorrow. School officials say a preliminary estimate puts the damage from the vandalism at more than $100,000. Police say at least 2 and perhaps as many as 4 people hit the school grounds last night. They sprayed the insides of buses with fire extinguishers and smashed up 2 school cars. Administrators say the worst damage, though, was inside the school. That's where vandals smashed clocks, computers, and other equipment. The school insurance company would not allow our cameras inside until an adjuster checks the scene tomorrow. One school official says investigators do have some leads in the case. The vandalism means there will be no school for students in kindergarten through 8th grade tomorrow, but Central City High School students will have classes as scheduled.
Authorities in Missouri have recovered the body of an Iowa City man who drowned at the Lake of the Ozarks yesterday afternoon. Witnesses saw 22-year-old Doug Sampson jump from a houseboat into the lake at Osage Beach. He went under and didn't resurface. Water Patrol officers searched the water and finally found Sampson's body this afternoon. An 11-year-old boy suffered injuries in a boating accident at the Coralville Reservoir this afternoon. The Johnson County Sheriff's Department says the boy fell out of a boat near the Jolly Roger Marina, and the boat apparently ran over the boy. An air care helicopter took the youngster to University Hospitals in Iowa City. No word on his name or condition tonight. Lynn County authorities want to know who murdered a 20-year-old Cedar Rapids man this weekend. Tonight they have no new leads in the case of Rolando Ballou. This morning, investigators took metal detectors to the place where someone shot Ballou in the back of the head Saturday night. They're using the metal detectors to look for the murder weapon. Deputies found Ballou's body on 42nd Street near 13th Avenue Southeast. They're asking anyone with information about the murder to come forward.
The uneasy hostage situation starts our coverage of the Persian Gulf crisis tonight. You will see how it's only a slow trickle of hostages that's coming out of Iraq now. We'll look also at thousands of innocent victims of the crisis who are slowly dying while they wait for help. And later, you'll see how American troops in Saudi Arabia are sweating it out, even on a national holiday. The next big exodus from Iraq could be a group of about 500 British women and children. Tomorrow, they'll be leaving Kuwait, riding buses to Baghdad. Once there, they hope to get exit visas that will allow them to leave Iraq. Today, a trickle of Westerners managed to get out of Iraq. Some American, Canadian, British, and Australian nationals arrived on scheduled flights from Baghdad to Amman, Jordan. But the majority of Westerners remain in Iraq, filling out forms for the exit visas that Saddam Hussein has promised. Thousands of people, mostly Asians, have already escaped from Iraq, but now they sit in refugee camps like this one in Jordan. Food, water, and medical care are all scarce, and already there are reports that some of these people are dying. Jordan says it can't process these refugees until their own governments pay for their way home, and each day more come across the border, making the problem even worse.
A House Senate delegation is back in Washington tonight after a tour of the Middle East. The 36-member body met today with Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak. The meeting followed a weekend visit with U.S. troops in the Saudi Arabian desert. The lawmakers say they'll push for economic relief for Egypt because that country is living up to its end of the bargain in the Persian Gulf crisis. The group promised to fight for more financial aid and cancellation of a $6.7 billion military debt. President Bush is also back in Washington tonight. The president wound up his vacation at his summer home in Maine and is now getting ready for next weekend's mini-summit in Helsinki, Finland. The crisis in the